This is KPIX Eyewitness News at 6.
Topping our news tonight, the major traffic artery choked with cars and emotion.
Protests shut down the Golden Gate Bridge this morning, stopping commuters in their tracks.
They belong to a group, Stop AIDS Now or Else. They claim that the whole thing was about stopping on the bridge to stop AIDS, and that's what apparently they did this morning.
Our guest tonight is Haya Gordon, one of the protesters with the group called Stop AIDS Now or Else.
But today they stopped people trying to cross the Golden Gate Bridge, and it was in the name of AIDS.
48,000 dead from AIDS, where was George? 48,000.
The demonstrators unfurled the banner across all 5 lanes of the Golden Gate Bridge at 7:30 this morning.
48,000 dead from AIDS, where was George? 48,000 dead from AIDS, where was George? 48,000 dead from AIDS, where was
Blocking the Golden Gate Bridge at the height of the morning commute may or may not be an effective protest technique, but it certainly is a full-color illustration of the boiling over rage, frustration, and despair that hundreds of thousands of people in this country feel about AIDS.
2,000 people are dead from AIDS. 33,000 died before Reagan even mentioned the word in public. If the people here don't start thinking about their lives, their children's lives, and the people who are around them lives, people are just going to keep dying.
Every one of us knows a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen, 100 people who are facing those choices, facing death, facing those issues, and facing a government that doesn't give a damn.
Everybody's got to do what they can to exert pressure, whether it's at work, you know, contacting, demonstrating, whatever people can do, they should do, and feel like they're doing the maximum to prevent millions of people. We're talking about millions of people dying.
I don't influence the people that are doing research, or do I?
I disagree with you. I think that you definitely do. I think that by getting out there with people like us, by making your voice heard, by talking to people, you know, if we can change the attitude of the society, where every member of the society believes that the government is not doing what it needs to do to fund AIDS research, there's going to be a lot of pressure put on the government to make changes.
I'm sorry that we had to inconvenience the people on the bridge, but maybe if they feel it's their problem too, they'll do something.
I suppose it was a good idea to get attention on that issue. I mean, we can give a couple of hours so that people are more aware of a really serious problem.
We inconvenienced you for a little while. People who are living with AIDS, either in their bodies or because their friends are living with AIDS, have much greater inconvenience than an hour and a half late to work.
You know, the target of the action really was not the commuters, although some of them may feel it. The target is the AIDS epidemic. 48,000 have died in this country alone from AIDS. Over 10 million people worldwide are infected with HIV. We are all people who are living with AIDS.
Don't you understand? One person dies with AIDS every 18 minutes in this country. Do you understand what that means? I know some of those people.
I support what you guys did yesterday, and if I'd known about it, I would have been there, because when your friends and your family are dying, you don't stop anywhere to get something done to save their lives.
I think all these people can play a role just like we are, because that's what this is. It's a struggle of everybody for survival.
And I think if you look at the history of this country, how did we get the 8-hour workday? How did we end child labor? There's a lot of activism in this country, and unfortunately, usually things have to be escalated before certain horrible things end.
I'll tell you when we won't do it again. We won't do it again when the government takes some of the billions of dollars they spend on the military and spends it to do everything possible to stop AIDS. At that point, you won't see us on the bridge. Until then, look for us on the bridge, look for us on the streets.
There will be debate. That is fine. That is good. We don't have problems with that, okay? We are a united community. There will be discussions within our community. That is among us.
This is nothing compared to some of the things we're probably going to do in the future.